Good morning, students. Do you know you have studied in third standard that it's living things and non-living things, and they are having their different characters. Living things, there are some specific characters in living things. So living things need food, living things grow, living things reproduce. So these are the characteristics of living things, yes, and living things need food, yes. So food is very important for all living things because food is very essential. Without food we can't think about our life. So today we will start chapter number 1, food and digestion. In this chapter we have to study different nutrients of food, then our digestive system and some important tips for digestion. So our chapter number 1, food and digestion. Food and digestion. We need food. Why do we need food? Why do we need food? We need food because food gives us energy to do work. Food gives grow, food help us to grow, and food keep us fit and healthy. So we need food to grow and to stay alive. Food gives us energy and keep us fit and healthy. Why do we need food? We need food to grow and to stay alive. Food gives us energy and keep us fit and healthy. So food is very important for us. What do we eat daily? We eat wheat, rice, means from wheat chapati, then rice, then pulses, then fruits and vegetables. So all this we eat, and so food contains different substances. These are called nutrients. What is meant by nutrients? Food contain, this is the definition of nutrient. Food contains different substances. Which provide nourishment to our body. Are called nutrients. Food contains different substances which provide nourishment to our body are called nutrients. There are different types of nutrients such as carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins and minerals. Carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins and minerals. These are the different nutrients and they are having different functions. So, we will study one by one all these nutrients. So, why do we need food? All living things being need food. Food gives us energy to work and play. It also helps us to grow and keep us healthy. So, different nutrients are having different function. Now, what does food contains? Carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins and minerals. And along these nutrients, roughage and water. These are also important for our body. So, first we will see carbohydrates and fats. Carbohydrates gives us energy. So, the person daily we do different works. You play, you study, you exercise. For that you need energy. And this carbohydrates gives us energy to do work and different physical activity such as playing, running, dancing, working. Yes, then carbohydrates. So, as carbohydrates gives us energy, so carbohydrates are called energy giving food. Carbohydrates are called energy giving food. And starch and sugars are the two types of carbohydrates. We get starch from potatoes, rice and wheat. So, and sugar. Different types of fresh fruits like grapes, pineapple, pears, mango. This fruit contains sugar. So, we should eat this starchy and sugary food. So, these food contains carbohydrates. And the person who work hard, like which persons need, those persons who need more energy or they have to do more work, they need high carbohydrates, and the children also need good quality of carbohydrates. So, the carbohydrates gives us energy. Then next part is fat. Fat also gives us energy, but fat gives more energy than carbohydrates. Carbohydrate also gives energy, fats also give energy, but fat gives more energy than carbohydrates. So, from oil, then ghee, butter, cheese, so the nuts contain fats, and our body need fat. Our body need fat because fat keep our body warm. Yes, so fat are also important for our body, but we should not have much fats, because fats, our body use fat, and extra fat our body can store for future use. If we will eat more fat, then fat will store in our body, and this leads to different health issue like obesity, extra weight, and some types of health complications like heart diseases. So, we should eat minimum fats, but fats are important for our skin and hair. So, fat is also important as a nutrient in our diet. So, oil, nuts, butter and ghee contains fat. So, we should eat minimum these food items. So, this is about the carbohydrates and fats. Next part is next part is the protein. Next nutrient is protein. Proteins are called body building food. Proteins are called superfood because proteins have a lot of work to do in our body because they help us to grow and proteins keep us fit. So, and milk, eggs, then cheese and pulses are the good sources of proteins because proteins are made up of the small microscopic building blocks called amino acids. When we eat proteins, our body converts proteins into amino acids during the process of digestion, and then our body supply these proteins to the different parts for work. So proteins are also important for our body because they help us to grow. So growing children need good qualities of proteins, and we get proteins from milk, then eggs, cheese, different pulses. So we should eat these food items in good quality, pulses and sprouted things, sprouts, because they contain proteins. So next part is vitamins and minerals. Next nutrients is vitamins and minerals. Vitamins and minerals keep us fit and healthy, and they help us to fight against diseases. So these nutrients are called protective nutrients. Vitamins and minerals help us to fight against disease. So they are called protective nutrients because vitamins protect us from different diseases. And we get vitamins and minerals from different fresh fruits and great vegetables. And vitamins are of different types: vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C and vitamin D, and they are having their different role to play in our body. Like that, vitamin A is good for our eyesight, then vitamin B is good to build bone, and vitamin C help us to cure in an injury, and they keep our teeth healthy. So these are the different vitamins and they have different roles to play. Then minerals. Minerals are also important nutrients because they help in the formation of bones and bones, teeth and blood. So minerals are important nutrients. And potassium, then sodium, calcium, iron, these are the different minerals and they protect our body. Minerals are also help in the formation of bone. So these are the important nutrients, and all these nutrients, the food contains all these nutrients. That is the balanced diet. Now we will see what is meant by balanced diet. What is meant by balanced diet? The diet which contain all these nutrients in proper amount. is called balanced diet. So, along these nutrients, roughage and water are also important in our diet. Roughage and water. What is meant by roughage? Roughage is the fiber present in our food. Roughage, we get roughage from different plant and plant products. And roughage, our body can't digest roughage, but roughage helps in the process of digestion because they help in the digestion process and help in the elimination of waste from our body and avoid constipation. So roughage is also important, so we should eat more fruits and vegetables. From fruits, peels and green leafy vegetables we get fibers. And then water. Water is also important in our diet because all the maximum process in our body need water, and the process of digestion process also need water. So we should drink minimum 6 to 8 glasses per day. This is the good healthy habit. We have to drink 6 to 8 glasses daily, so that our body will keep fit. Yes, and our digestion process goes smoothly. So this is about the all nutrients. And when we eat food that is not directly used by our body, so first that food converts into simple soluble substances, and then our body absorbs these substances. So that process is called digestion. So we will see the process of digestion. What is meant by digestion? The process of breaking down of food into a simple form is called digestion. The process of breaking down of food into a simpler form is called digestion. So when we eat food, so the process of breaking down of food into a simpler form is called digestion. So we have to study now our digestive system. When we eat food, so I will draw diagram and side by side I will explain. So you also draw with me. We will draw digestive system. When we eat food, that time in the mouth our digestion process start. When we eat food, first when we eat food and food goes in mouth, and when we chew the food, the salivary glands which are present in the buccal cavity or in mouth, so these are the salivary glands. When we eat food and chew food, that time the salivary glands secrete saliva. Saliva is secreted by the salivary gland. Saliva is the digestive liquid which is secreted by this salivary gland, and this secretes saliva, and that saliva mixes with the food. And the starch which are present in food, they mix with the saliva secreted by the salivary gland. So when we eat some starchy food like bread or chapati, when we chew again and again, that times it tastes sweet. Why? Because that starch convert into the soluble sugar, so it tastes sweet, and then this food goes into the this is the food pipe. This is the food pipe. So from mouth, that food mixes with the saliva, and then this food, through these food pipes, go to the stomach. This is the stomach. Stomach is a hollow muscular bag which is present in our digestive system. Here the churning of food occurs. Means this food mix with the juices which are secreted by the stomach, and they mix with the this is the pancreas, and this is the liver. Liver and pancreas also secrete some juices, digestive liquid, and they also pour their juices in the stomach. This pancreas also secrete pancreatic juice. They also pour their juice in liver, and pancreas this also pours juices in stomach, and then here churning of food occurs. So here is the churning of food occur, and here formation of paste occur here, and then this is the next part of the digestive system is small intestine. This is the small intestine. This churn food then pushes into the small intestine. Small intestine is a long coiled tube in the digestive system, and here again the small intestine secretes some juices and they mix with the food, and here this food converts into a completely liquid form, and the wall here the digestion of food completes and the food is liquid form. So that here the wall of small intestines absorb the digested food. The blood vessels which are present in the wall of small intestines absorb digested food, and then they carry this food to the different parts of our body, and the remaining waste go into the large intestine. The next part, this is the large intestine. This is the large intestine. Here also blood vessels which are present in the wall of large intestines absorb extra food from the extra water from the food, and then this semi-solid substance, semi-solid waste, which is completely waste thrown by our body through the anus when we go to the toilet. So this is our digestive system. Again I show you. This is the diagram. These are the salivary glands which are present in the mouth. They secrete saliva, and that saliva mixes with the food and break down the starch. Then the food mixed with the saliva goes to the stomach, and through food pipe, this is the food pipe. Then this stomach is a hollow muscular bag, and here the churning of food occurs. Then that's through stomach, that food goes into the small intestine. Small intestine is about 30 feet long, but it is accommodated in a small space. If we will make its straight, it is about 30 feet. Then here completion of digestion. Then this absorption of food occurs here in the small intestine. This absorbed food is passes to the different parts, and then the waste comes into the large intestine. This blue color is the coil tube is the large intestine. Here also the blood vessels which are present in the large intestine, wall of large intestine absorb extra water, and then waste goes throughout the body through anus. So this is all about the digestive system. So we have to eat food, nutritious food, and sufficient amount of water in our diet, so that this process of digestion occurs smoothly. So here we will stop now, and you have to draw this diagram, practice this diagram, and next part we will see in our next period. Okay, thank you.